Jolly Roger Airsoft would like to thank our partners, AirsoftPeak.com, Third Law Productions, and the Airsoft in Virginia Facebook page.
Today on JRA TV, my gun gets a makeover. What is up, guys? It's Noble here from Jolly Roger Airsoft, and today we are going to be talking about the process I took to kind of make over my gun using old parts. I didn't have to buy anything new, but I kind of refreshed my main gun a little bit, and I want to talk about that today.
Fashion, man.
So for the last 2 years, I've been using the KWA M4A1. I got it from Airsoft GI on Black Friday for like $100 off. So it was actually really awesome, and I've loved it ever since. It's my favorite gun ever. It's just a beast, and I love it. I love it. And yeah, so I've got it fixed. It had a minor wiring problem. So I got it fixed, and now it's back and in tan. If it was back in black, it would have worked.
I'm sorry, I was elaborating. You were rambling. I was elaborating.
Rambling, sir.
I'm sorry.
So real quick, I haven't done anything too fancy to this gun. All I have here is the Magpul MOE handguards, and on the bottom I have a rail and a vertical foregrip. All of this has been painted on. It's not a big deal. Sometimes I take the foregrip off, but I decided to put it on here just because I've used the Raider and I actually really like it. So MOE 4 area here. We have a D-Boys flip sight here. As you can see, it's a little bent from Revelations, but I'm still using it. It's really not a flip sight because I can't flip it down anymore. But yeah, I use that as my rear sight. I don't really use an optic or anything. Iron sights are fine for my airsoft gun uses. It's not absolutely necessary. Other than that, this is a new stock. It's actually from my brother Joe's MTC2 that he got a few years ago. And I decided to slap it on there, and it fit pretty well. And it's nice and snug, no wobble or anything. And yeah, I really like the new stock I got going on here, so that helped a lot. Other than that, it's completely stock KWA M4, nothing too fancy here.
Well, I just said that. Wow.
So underneath this, my gun is very worn down. It has a lot of different areas where it's losing paint and it's chipping, and I honestly really love that about the gun. I think it's fantastic that my stock is a huge mess because I tried to put a G&G crane stock on it, and that doesn't work on KWA buffer tubes. So my crane stock's all scratched up. I have paint coming off of here. The edges are all silver, and I love it because it shows that I've used it, and I've used it well for the last 2 years. And yeah, it just gives that gun character. And I really appreciate that in a gun. Shiny guns are nice, but I much prefer seeing those guns where it's been beaten up, especially when it's my own, because I know I gave those scars to it. In a loving way, of course.
That's cool.
As you can probably tell, I didn't go fancy on this one at all. In fact, it's actually really boring, and I'll tell you why in a second. But we're just going to go over it real quick. It's just a tan. Tan with a green, OD green trademark saying Jolly Roger Airsoft, and it has the skull on the other side. So it's really nothing too fancy, no ATACs or digital camo or anything. It's just a tan base layer, and right now it looks very clean and a little boring. But the plain tan camouflage on a gun is like a fine cheddar. You have to let it age. And when this starts to wear down, it will look fantastic. And I know this because I put the same thing on my phone, and it looks fantastic now. So in 3, 4, 5 months, my gun is going to look like this, and it's going to be great, because that's exactly the look I want. I want that worn down tan kind of look. I might also eventually put some brown stripes on here or something like that, just to spice it up a little bit, but really all I want is a worn down look. When this stuff starts coming off, as spray paint does, it'll give that gun a nice, worn, used look, and it'll look really awesome. Think Battlefield M4. That's kind of what it's going to look like when it gets some use on it. So it's kind of a sloppy paint job. I just went outside, taped up all the barrel, magwell and stuff, and just sprayed it on down with the tan. Well, first we put the green on, and then applied the trademarks. And then we just sprayed it all tan. I didn't take everything apart this time, just because I figured I wanted to just make it quick, easy, dirty. It doesn't have to be perfect. Every little nook and cranny doesn't have to be. As you can see, the stock has a ring. This is where it was tied up. And I missed some spots on the bottom here, especially along here, the bottom. There's a lot of different spots. But I like that because it's going to help wear the paint job a little more and make it look more like I want it to look. So in a few months, this is going to look fantastic. I think it looks actually really cool now too, but it's going to look even better as it gets used, and I think that's a fantastic perk because the more I use it, the more I play, the better my gun is going to look.
Nothing wrong with it, but automatic.
Alright, so that's about it really for my makeover of my Game 4. Got it fixed, got it all tuned up, and now it's firing great, and it looks great, and I'm very happy with this gun. So I highly recommend the KWA M4 to anyone. I do enjoy my KWA, and it's served me very, very, very well over the last 2+ years. So highly recommend that. Thank you for watching this episode of Jolly Roger Airsoft. Next week we'll be back with hopefully some loadout guides and stuff like that. Maybe tactics too. We'll see what we can whip up. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments section below. And of course, if you want to see some more of this kind of stuff, subscribe right here. We really appreciate everyone who watches. And yeah, thank you. So, that's all I got for this episode of Tactical Thursday. It's been noble. Happy hunting.
It's all Joe's fault.